Hey, it's your girl, Moon Girl. Okay, Moon Girl UFA. UFA stands for your favorite alien, UFA, like UFO. So, anyways, I have decided, to make a YouTube. I feel like I've been through a lot of things in my life, and I'm still going through things, but I know that, things will get better. But I am on a journey, and why not go on this journey with others who may be dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with, or who have dealt with things that I have dealt with. Like, help me, help you, help you, help me. There might be some words of wisdom you can give me. There might be some words of wisdom that I can give you. So let's just hop into it, because I'm sorry I don't like them long ass intros. So the first topic for this video will be it will be about childhood trauma that affects me as an adult. Okay, so growing up, I had a younger brother and my sister, who's 6 years older than me. And I don't think I ever got real love at all. I never experienced real love at all as a child. And I just wanted that so badly. I remember just being so stressed at a very young age. I want to say as early as probably 6 years old. Just so stressed, just wanting to run away. Like, ever since I was little, I wanted to run away from my family, from just everything. I remember when all my parents were sleeping, I remember running downstairs, and we had like this bay view type of window. I think that's what you call it. And I remember packing a little teeny backpack that I had and just sitting right there by the window, looking at how quiet and like clear the road was, and just wanting to just leave. And it's so crazy that I felt that way at such a young age. But I dealt with a lot of like my parents always fighting and arguing. My mom was really, really aggressive, really, really abusive, physically. To me, she was over the top with me. You know what I'm saying? She was real over the top with me. I think that I always felt like my mom hated me. Later on, I find out, as I get older, that her mother was mean to her. But I just feel like that's just an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like no matter what you've been through, sometimes, like, I feel like right from wrong. You know if you're hurting somebody. If you're putting someone in pain. But anyways, my mom was just really, like, not there. Like, my mom was there, but, like, physically, but, like, emotionally and mentally, my mom was just not there. Like, not there for me, and probably not even her own self. So I wanted to just get away so bad. My mom was always screaming. My mom was always frustrated. She always felt like she just couldn't handle me. I was told I was bad as shit. Just all these things. I remember I hated being at my house so much as a kid, and I hated dealing with my mother, that when she would come to my school unannounced for like Black History Month, when she's trying to be the mom that, like, I think that she really wanted to be, but she just couldn't, I would immediately hate it. Like, I felt embarrassed. I just didn't want her there, because, at that time I didn't know my mom had mental illness, but like, she just, to me, I viewed her as crazy. Like, like, I don't want to be near her, and I'm only there's only one place that I can get away from you from, and that is school. And now you want to come here. And it was just like, I would tell teachers about everything that would go on at school. Of course, CPS would get involved or whatever, but she always knew how to finesse her way out of it. So, time goes on, I get older, you know what I'm saying? And I started to really, really want love. Like, I remember I was at least I can remember I was as young as 13 years old wanting to start a family. Yeah, I know y'all like, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, it's like, if you're not receiving any love at home, mind you, my dad, like, he was always working and stuff, but I always felt like my dad didn't show much love either. And he came from a background that was pretty, like, dysfunctional, I would say. So I guess he didn't know how to show that. And unfortunately, I went and I tried to find it myself. I remember being so young, crying to God that I find someone to love me. That's all I ever wanted, bro. It's so crazy. Like, that's all I ever wanted was love. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And you know, I just kept searching for it. You know, I tried to have a kid very young as 13, you know, trying to do that. You know, it didn't, you know, and then I met my ex. And you know, I just felt like I was in love. I felt like I really, 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 really found the one. And everything that happened with that situation is for like another video, but it was terrible. You know, I dealt with a lot of things that I dealt with because I was so desperate for love. I never even experienced love, so I didn't know what it looked like. You know, I didn't know that. At the time, I thought that love was if a guy calls you out your name and you call him out his name, y'all get physical and then y'all make up, that's love because y'all still together. But that's not really love. And, you know, even now, you know, me and my mom relationship is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my mom is my enemy. And you know what I told myself as early as 14? I came to the conclusion that if you can't trust the own people that birth you, you can't trust nobody. And since then, I've lived my life looking over my shoulder all the time. So I don't trust nobody. And everything that I feel about myself or everything that I've done, the relationships that I've been in, how I move, it all stems from my childhood of just this dysfunctional, like just totally just dysfunctional. My mom didn't get along with any of her family members, so I never seen them. My dad's side, I personally felt like they were just all phony. Like, I felt like they did things for pictures and they did things to be the talk of the town. But being in that family, knowing what I know, I just hated it. Like, I just felt like I was just living a lie. Never was really close to my grandma. I mean, they say that we were close when I was younger. I don't remember that. I just know that me and her are just not close. You know, so I'm not close to my mom. I'm not close to my dad like that. And I'm not close to my grandmother on my dad's side. I never met my other grandma on my mom's side. So here you know, I have a sister. She's my half sister, but I always say just my sister. But, you know, we share the same dad, not the same mom. Dealing with her and her situation, you know, when I was young, I never noticed anything. But as I got older, and the more she would whine and whine and whine about feeling abandoned and all this other things, you know, I started to realize that this is a dysfunctional ass family that I did not ask to be a part of. All my life has been nothing but stress since a young age, to the point where sometimes I think I'm just naturally a stressed out person. Like, you ever felt like I feel like my body is it's immune to stress. Like, it's just naturally, it's naturally in me. Like, it's gonna always be there, unfortunately. And the way that I live my life now, I mean, I'd say I'm all right, but emotionally and mentally, I'm just not. You know, I don't know if I ever really be, but I do know that when I deal with my mom, every time I deal with her, I always feel like that little girl, like that little 9-year-old girl who just wanted her mom to love her, you know, wanted her mom to believe in her, wanted her mom to show you things, you know what I'm saying? And it messes with me to this day because I feel like I just can't trust nobody. Like, anything somebody tell me, I just totally think you're lying. That's the first thing that I think is that motherfucker's lying. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're not, that's cool. But I'm always protecting myself like 24/7. And I feel like, yeah, that's natural. But the way that I do it, and for me to have extremely bad anxiety, it just sucks. It's like real stressful. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're always thinking negative, but you're always just thinking like, she could have, he could. And it really affects me dating wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I don't really know if I ever want to get married. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really know if I ever want to be in another serious relationship. Like, I got to the point where I am totally fine with talking to somebody, having some kind of friendship, but I guess, you know, also, you know, being with that person sexually or whatever have you, but I don't want to live with you. I don't want you living with me. I don't really want you, you know, too close to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just wish that you know, I didn't go through a lot of things that I went through because I question myself a lot as a parent. I'm always I'm always making sure that I'm not doing anything that my mother has done to me. So I'm always like always on myself all the time. Like I'm really, really, really hard on myself because I'm trying so hard to not be like my parents and to cut off this curse that my mother swears that we have on this family of dysfunctionalism. And it's just like, I just feel like, I just wish I never went through any things that I went through, trying to have a kid young. My first daughter, she passed away after giving birth to her. Here I am, I'm a mom now of more than one kid. And it's just like, I just felt like I would have moved so differently if things were different than I was a kid. But I guess I can't even get too into it for real, like I can't really be so mad, even though I am, what I'm saying? But I have those days where I realize I just can't be mad anymore. But when you're in a process of healing, and like I said, dealing with my mom, she's my mom. It's not like somebody you could just cut off, what I'm saying? There are days where I can't stand her, I hate her, and then there are days where we're okay. But they never last long, ever. They never last more than 24 hours. And it always puts me back at that little 9-year-old girl who just wanted her mother to love her. And I noticed that it followed me into my adulthood when it came to relationships because I could not leave my ex worth shit. It was just so hard to get out of that. And I remember every time that we would be all right, it would not last long. And every time he would do something to hurt me or something would happen, it would be the same feeling that I would get with my mom when it just didn't last long, So I just feel like I'm either going to just have to let it go, or I guess I just have to deal with it. But I'm not going to lie. Like I have days where I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it. And that's why I don't even want to see a therapist, because I just feel like I don't feel like crying about this. I've been crying about this for years, and I don't want to sit there with a therapist and talk about this. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like it's so crazy because I'm 26 now. My mom is still the same. My dad is still the same. My dad, I feel like my dad loves me, but I feel like my dad is kind of selfish when it comes to his own feelings. And I think that he gets that from how he was raised. And I just feel like if you have gone through certain things, really, really think to yourself if you're ready to have a child, because whatever you didn't get when you were a kid, you don't want to put that on your kid. And if you do, there's a chance that they might do the same thing, and then it's just going to be like, a curse, basically, something that you're going to have to really, really, really break. And, have I dealt with this inner childhood trauma? Nope. No, I haven't really dealt with it. Just knowing that the person that birthed me has always been my enemy, I think is something that I might not understand or accept until I'm probably like 50 years old. I don't know, because, even when I was molested, and I told her about it, she didn't believe me. It was in her care, what I'm saying? She used to say things to me, and I think I was like 9 years old, stuff like, I remember she made some type of statement telling me that she like hoped that happens to me. You know what I'm saying? So when it did happen to me, and for her to say that she lied, for her to say that I lied, that's kind of fucked up, and, I remember after I had when I had my first daughter who passed away, before she passed away, I think I was like 5 months pregnant. I was 16 at the time. No, I was 16. Yeah, I was 16. And I think I was about a good 5 months pregnant. And I seen this ad. It's like this little, like, you know how they have those ads, like, you know, where they like show churches and stuff like that. And this one church had a miracle water. You know, I saw that it was helping people walk and helping people breathe better and all this stuff. So I ordered it. It was for free. You know, I want my child to live so bad. And by then I already knew that she was born without kidneys. So right then and there, I'm like, you know, I'm holding on a child that's going to die. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just, more than praying, I wanted to do anything I could to possibly change the situation. So I ordered it. Mind you, I was living with my mom at the time. Do you know that this woman threw my package in the trash? She knew exactly what it was because I told her about it. I never received that package. She was just so evil. She would do little things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just so crazy how I'm experiencing, or I was experiencing, the same trauma and pain, you know what I'm saying, that I did as a kid. I experienced in a relationship. Like, it followed me into a relationship where I felt like I was being mentally, emotionally, and physically abused on purpose. I know people might think that sounds crazy, but like, honestly, there are people in this world who hurt people on purpose. Like, because they're so down their own damn selves, and because they hate their own selves, for them to put someone else down and see that person cry, it's like they're doing that job for them. It's like, damn, good, I seen her cry. Whew, got that out my system. Because they don't want to cry them damn selves, or for whatever reason they do it, they're not trying to let out their inner frustrations on something else. They have to hurt somebody. And I hate the saying, hurt people, but that shit is true. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just true. It's just that some people do it on purpose, and some people don't understand that that's what they're doing. You know, it even affects me with friendships. You know, a lot of people I can't say that I have a bunch of friends that I've been friends with since kindergarten. I can't say that. I didn't really get along with people much growing up because I was so angry. Like, I would just go off. And I don't know if it's learned behavior from what I seen from my mom of busting her hand through glasses and hollering and screaming and throwing stuff and having adult temper tantrums. But, you know, as a kid, you know, as a kid, you know, I just really didn't really get along. I felt like I really didn't fit in. Like, you know, I always felt different. I always felt weird. I always felt like what I was going through at home, I was the only person on the planet dealing with it. Like, I would see other people with their moms laughing and doing things, and I used to just cry inside because it's just like, why can't I have that? You know, it's bad enough my parents already divorced, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, my mom got me doing all these wild, crazy things. And it's just like, I don't know, you know, I just hope that, you know, I learned to, I guess, cope with it. Because I realized that when it comes to pain, I feel like it's always going to be there. Like, I feel like it's just like a wound that heals. You'll still see the scar. It's just like if you get into a car accident and you break a leg. Yeah, they can fix it. You know what I'm saying? It may be healed, but when it's raining outside, when it gets cold, that pain is still going to be there. You might not feel nothing all summer. As soon as that cold hit, it triggers it. And that's what I'm realizing about the process of healing and accepting things that you just can't change. I guess nowadays I'll just have to prepare myself for those triggers. For those moments I have where I feel like, you know, I just can't make it through. It's just been too long. It's been too much since a kid. I just feel like if I would have just went through things as an adult, I think I'd be a lot stronger and willing to go to therapy and stuff like that. But because I feel like I was exposed to stress, emotional, physical, and mental abuse at a young age, sometimes I just get tired. Like, I just get tired of feeling the way that I feel. I mean, there's just some days where I really just want to go to sleep and never wake up. There are days that I have those days. So, you know, like I said, you know, this is just one of the topics that I decided to start off with. And I'm going to try to just keep myself busy, you know what I'm saying? Making videos and doing my little graphic art stuff that I do and editing and things like that, or just anything that can help me cope. Because like I said, I've realized that pain is always going to be there. So nowadays, we're all out here just trying to cope whatever it is that we're dealing with. That's just what that is. And I feel like this video, making these, will help me cope a great deal, because I'm able to just get it out. I don't really, like I said, want to speak to a therapist. I feel like this is probably more better than that. But yeah, this is the video, you know, about how childhood trauma affects me as an adult. I will be making more videos. My Instagram is weirdmoongurl. Okay, so yeah, this is the end of the video.